I'm really proud of what it's done for us. And I said the other day, PE is only a dirty word when you choose the wrong partner. And so
So one thing that jumps to my mind is this, that for a big business, 700 people, for a big business, you talked about creative and strategy, right?
Yeah.
Well, when we get to business and a big business, I need somebody that's focused on, I don't need a creative running my shop. That's not going to turn out well. I think you double down with that if your owner's private equity. Yeah. So I'm curious to what the process was like, maybe within Keystone, amongst the board, to come to a decision that we're going to have a quote unquote creative run the agency.
Yeah, sort of came up. And I would say, while not a founder and not, probably a official entrepreneur, the thing that always got me about the agencies that I fell in love with working at was sort of this idea of building something. They had Sonic as a client that had left just like a year or so before that, and they were really rebuilding what the agency would become. And I fell in love with this idea of being able to be part of a group of people who were going to define what the agency was. So then, over the next 10 years, we really built this agency into something that it wasn't a decade before. So I ended up at all of these tables where we're talking about the business of our business. And, I still to this day say one of my greatest assets is my willingness to admit when I don't know something, to play stupid. And so I just asked all the questions. How does that connect to the thing that we talked about last time? And I found myself so intrigued by the business of what we do. At that point, I was running the whole creative team, which was 250 people, and I was running it like a business. However, then when we merged OKRP into our business, and as we started to stand up Mission One, we had 4 founders at that point who were running the business: Jeff, Dan, Tom, and Nick. And the 4 of them always knew that bringing in PE and bringing in, OKRP was part of a plan for them to eventually move into the next chapter of their lives and their careers. And so from what I'm told, I wasn't there, but they were away and they started to discuss who was the right next person. And maybe they just tell me this, but they say it was unanimous. In our world, PE for a long time was like a dirty word. And I was just telling someone the other day, I don't shy away from talking about the fact that we have PE backing. I'm really proud of having PE backing. I'm really proud of what it's done for us. And I said the other day, PE is only a dirty word when you choose the wrong partner. And so I have
very
been
well said.
Endlessly grateful for the partner that we chose, for the relationship that we have, for the way that they support us, and frankly, the business that we've been able to build that we wouldn't have been able to without them.